scope and duration, there will be collateral damage, which is code for innocent people being killed. What's to say that we will not, by mistake, kill innocent children, fathers, mothers, babies?
Correct.
That's what I am not convinced of, that we will get in and out of this without killing innocent people.
Carlos, we have a question from the audience.
All right, we have lots of people here. I just want to point out to our radio audience that we have a full house and people in the spillover. So just to gauge a little bit about how people feel here, this is a lot of interest here at Loyola Marymount University, and also some of the viewers and listeners of KABC Talk Radio and Fox 11. We appreciate all of you participating here with us. With me is Landon, and give us your full name, and are you a student here at the university?
Yeah, my name is Landon Wyke. I'm a sophomore political science major at LMU.
Give us your question.
Okay, my question pertains to the asymmetrical balance of power in Syria. Vladimir Putin claims to have witnessed rebel fighters eating the hearts of their enemies, enemies dressed in Syrian soldier uniforms. Can you comment on the true nature of the Syrian rebels?
Anybody want to take a stab at that? The true, yes, please. Hassan, Najwa al-Qattan, who is a history professor here at LMU.
Let me just start by saying that I don't have any special intent to base my answer on. I think, like most of us here, go by what we read on a daily basis. But there is no question that the insurgency has proven to be brutal and violent, but it's also perhaps more dangerously very divided. Some are secular, and many of them are actually turning towards Islamist groups. And along those lines, the question of the humanitarian and even practical reasons behind an intervention really become more serious. In other words, there is a worry that I think has been voiced by many that perhaps by striking the regime, even if one were to agree that a surgical strike would be effective, which is very, very doubtful. In fact, it just might open up a can of worms that would make things much worse for Syrians, about whom I think we should care, at least from the humanitarian point of view, that violence is not guaranteed in any way to, in fact, stop the killing. But there is also that other argument, which is as convincing, that the insurgency itself is not, in fact, will not be our friends, even if we somehow do end up having a regime change. They will, I mean, in a sense, the circle has come sort of full circle, in the sense that our relations with Afghanistan, in a sense, was the context for the emergence of al-Qaeda, and now if we hit the regime, we'll be fighting the other side.
Yes, please, go ahead.
For 7 months or 9 months, the revolution started as peaceful as it could be. The regime went, and you can actually, please, go check YouTube's. The Syrian revolution has been the largest in the history of humanity that has been taped, day by day, street by street, incident by incident. So, it started peaceful in the beginning, and when the regime went on the tanks, missiles, you name it, on the street, we were forced to defend ourselves. We were forced. We did not like to carry weapons against each other. But when the regime, and I disagree, there are some insurgents because the government fails to protect the borders. So the borders are open. Yes, there are some insurgents, maybe about 3% to 5%. I was in Turkey for 3 weeks on humanitarian trips. I just came back from on early August.
Hassan, we're going to pick it up there.
Okay.
I have some shopkeeping to do. We're going to stop at the bottom of the hour here for 3 minutes of news, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation. You're listening to a live town hall meeting, a broadcast on Talk Radio 790 KABC with our television partners Fox 11 from the campus of Loyola Marymount University. Our guests are Schlichter, Najwa al-Qattan, Larry Elder, Feryal, Cherif, Hassan, Tweit, and Congresswoman Janice Hahn with Carlos Amezcua from Fox 11. I'm Doug McIntire. We'll be back right after this.